about your background with Czar's Promise, your role within the company, and how it all got started.
Well, for anyone that understands the love of a canine companion, that's where it all began. And I've had dogs my whole life. And in 2001, this little white polar bear came bouncing up to me at a very, very young puppy age. And the rest is history. And he was a Great Pyrenees named Czar. And he really changed my world. He changed my life. And even today, he's changing many, many, many others. So Czar was actually an animal-assisted therapy dog that worked with children at American Family Children's Hospital and also seniors within the area as well. He loved all kinds of people and brought lots of smiles when he engaged with them. And in 2012, he was diagnosed with bone cancer at the age of 10. And he underwent an amputation and chemotherapy, and he continued some of his therapy work after his chemo was done, and he lived an amazing 19 months post-diagnosis. But on December 20th of 2013, that morning, got up and he said, "Mom, today's the day and I can't do this anymore, so will you help me?" And on that day, which was a heartbreaking day, I made him a promise that somehow, somewhere, at some point, I'd find a way to help other families that were put on this journey, and also, till I take my last breath, work to try and find a cure, because it's certainly what we need.
Since Czar's Promise was started 5 years ago, how has it been developing since the early days?
Well, in the beginning, it was a group of incredibly like-minded canine companion owners who had traveled the same journey of having cancer in their pet that really came together and wanted to make a difference. So we started in 2018 with 3 very defined and clear goals. And the first one was to help families whose canines or felines have been diagnosed with cancer, emotional support, local resources, but really financial support for those treatments, because as with people, treating an animal with cancer is very expensive. And what we found is that there were families whose canines or felines had been diagnosed and had a very good prognosis and were very treatable, but they were put in a position where they had to decide, do I treat my animal or do I pay my mortgage? Do I buy my groceries? Do I care for my children? And it was really that premise that the family support began, because they really need it. And we still need to find a cure. So we made a commitment to the UW School of Veterinary Medicine to provide grant funding for companion animal cancer research. And because dogs and kids get the same type of cancer, we made a commitment to American Family Children's Hospital for grant funding for pediatric cancer research. But the ultimate and cool is that they both work together in what's called comparative oncology research, where research for a canine in a canine world for a cure for cancer also benefits children and humans, and vice versa. So our very own local resources here in those 2 entities have a local impact, but is really on a global basis. We are very grateful to have both institutions here. So those are our 3 areas of mission.
What is a moment from the past 5 years that sticks out that was really significant to you with being involved with this mission?
I think there's been a couple, and number one is the family engagement. And really our goal with Czar's Promise and our families is to be able to provide a better quality of life for that dog or cat on this cancer journey, and being able to see them give their families the gift of time. And in every family engagement, there is a hope. There's a hope that really inspires. We have a family that we're engaged with where their canine was diagnosed 3 years ago. And because of treatment and help and support from various entities in the community, that girl continues to thrive. And those are the moments when you get the communication from the family saying, here's an update, she's doing great. Here's an update, we just celebrated Christmas that we thought we'd never see. This is great, we took our family vacation and took our dog with us. We never thought we'd see that. Those are the moments that really matter. And in January of this year, Czar's Promise presented grant funding in the amount of $25,000 to American Family Children's Hospital for a grant that really engages immunotherapy and the opportunity again for Children's Hospital and School of Vet Medicine to work on a comparative oncology research and know the impact that that grant is having.
What is the best way for somebody interested in Czar's Promise to get involved? And do you have any additional events coming up that you want to showcase?
So for anyone that would like to be involved with Czar's Promise, they're free to visit our website at czarspromise.com or our Facebook page. Our contact information via email or phone is in both locations. We welcome volunteer interest. We welcome also families that may need our help. It could be yourself, it could be a neighbor, a coworker, a friend, anybody whose companion animal has been diagnosed. And also, volunteering for our events. And I do want to share that Czar's Promise is 100% funded based on donations. And we are grateful for anybody that provides the support that they can. We are so grateful. Our largest fundraiser of the year is our Inspiring Hope Walk. It is coming up this Sunday, October 1st at Winnequa Park in Monona. And it is an incredible day for people and their dogs to come together and just experience the tremendous impact of the human-canine bond. Meet the families that we're supporting. There's music, there's food, there's vendors, it's just an incredible day, a lot of fun, and that is our biggest fundraiser of the year. So look for that in the fall. Like us on Facebook or watch our website. And we have wonderful news to share. This is our 5th year, and we are going to celebrate and say thank you to our community on Sunday, June 11th at Wisconsin Brewing in the afternoon. Wisconsin Brewing welcomes dogs. We would love to see people join us, come out and say hello, participate in what we have going on that day. But really, the true meaning of that event is to express our gratitude to community sponsors, partners, everybody that has supported us for the last 5 years and who looks to continue to do so for many years to come.